Now, many of you already know that each and every week on Tuesday we get to see the NEV insurance registration come on from some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio, and as seen on the screen from the period which started last week on Monday the 11th to Sunday the 17th, the Nio Sold total NEV insurance registration of around 2,200. This is of course almost the same, or if not the same registration that a company like Xpeng saw for the same period, which is something that shows you that of course though there is of course 2,200, it's better than the 2,000 we saw last week on Tuesday. It is still very low, because then this means that from the 1st to the 17th, which is like from the first half of the month, Nio currently sits with 5,500 NEV insurance registrations, which we all know that Nio's target is to have total sales for March of 12,900, which therefore means that 5,500 comparing to where Nio wants to see themselves month end 12,900, they still have over 7,000 deliveries to produce to get to that target. In fact, they still got 7,400 to produce or to sell when it comes to the sales that they still generate for this month. I know these NEV insurance registration don't reflect actual sales, but they give us a guidance on what to expect. Usually what you will notice that the NEV insurance registrations for the month, when you compare it to the actual sales, the difference is not that much, which therefore this NEV insurance registration helps us to see where Nio is be and where it could be come the end of the month, where they sum up all their of course deliveries. So 5,500 it's where Nio is sitting at, and it means that they are still left with 7,400 to get to the target of at least 12,900, which that will enable them to have at least a minimum of 31,000 deliveries for Q1. So yeah, we are currently here, and I think probably this week and next week, which is next week is the last week, we deliver as many vehicles as possible. You will know that there are specials that Nio is running, trying to get sales, which is something that is pretty exciting. Nio has started selling the 2024 models, which that again is expected to boost some sales. We are yet to see what this will produce. Hopefully we get to see those that ordered their vehicles the beginning of March, those orders reflecting probably from this week, as Nio's wait times in some of their vehicles is I don't know when last time I checked. I think I checked last week or 2 weeks back, where it was roughly 2 weeks, 4 weeks, which some of the vehicles we could see or some of the orders rather, we could see them playing out probably this week. So let's hope Nio recovers. Let's hope this week we get at least over 3,000 NEV insurance registration, because if we don't get that, then it's becoming more tougher for Nio. It will become more tougher for Nio to get to their monthly delivery target, because next week you'll notice that of course on Sunday is the 31st, which will need to wrap up or Nio will need to wrap up all of their deliveries. So they still have got 2 full weeks to make sure that of course they get to their target, which I still think is possible. I still think that Nio can pull their target through of delivering over 31,000 deliveries for Q1. So this week I hope Nio gets at least to deliver over 3,000 vehicles, which will of course result in them reporting some good NEV insurance registrations for next week on Tuesday. So Xpeng is still at ladies and gents 4,700, which is still lower than Nio. And with Xpeng, you know that you don't compare Xpeng with Nio, because Xpeng is selling cheap EV cars, whilst Nio is selling premium high EV class. And we're talking about premium high EV class, Nio will be, of course, we know that they will be launching a model by the name of Onvo in the first half of May, which we expect, or which deliveries of that model I expect to come sometime in Q4. Onvo, you'll know that it is a car or vehicle which will be priced between 200 and 300,000 RMB, or which will be at least just over $27,000. Now, today we saw, of course, sneak peeks of what might be the second sub brand for Nio, with a code named Firefly. Now with Firefly, you'll remember that Firefly, ladies and gents, Nio expects that vehicles to range between somewhere at 100 to, of course, 200,000 RMB. So the most that model will be is around $27,000. Otherwise, it will be cheaper than $27,000, which is something that is pretty exciting. So the Nio CEO, what he said is that that model is comparable to Mini Cooper or BMW's Mini Cooper, which many of you will know that Mini Cooper, it's not it's a pretty good car, which therefore means if the Nio CEO is comparing the Firefly model or these Firefly models sneak pictures we saw with Mini Cooper, that tells you that it's still a good proper car, but you'll be getting it at a much cheaper price compared to both the Nio models and Alps or Onvo models, which is something that is pretty exciting. So I'm very excited about these news continuing to unfold of Nio, because whether we see the stock price not reacting as yet to this news, but Nio, it is a company that, of course, fundamentally it continues growing, and it looks like things are unfolding, and it will make sense for us one day where we put our money into this company. Stock price will end up recovering because of the kind of sales that Nio will generate, not only from their Nio brand but for Onvo and from their Firefly second sub brand. So I look forward to, of course, the sales that Nio will generate, because imagine the kind of NEV insurance registration we'll be seeing when Nio is already selling also these two sub brands. Also, it means that we'll be seeing pretty good decent figures from these very same NEV insurance registrations. And ladies and gents, I cannot wait to see the numbers that will come out when we add both Onvo and Firefly to the NEV insurance registrations. But I look forward to those numbers, and I hope they are good. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. Before you buy Nio for the very first time, it is always good that you do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.